Hello everyone, Matthew and Wade here. In this video I'll be reviewing and analyzing Moon Knight Season 1 Episode 1 that's currently on Disney+. I'll go over several topics that I saw in this episode. Thank you for helping me reach 1,000 subscribers on this channel. I now need help to get to 4,000 watchers so that I can be monetized by YouTube. I'm also looking to get to 2,000 subscribers on this channel. One of my first media goals is to get to 1,250 subscribers on this channel. I'm also working on setting a page for you to help support this channel down the road. Now on with the review. The episode starts off with the priest played by Ethan Hawke performing a ritual filled with glass with water. His name is Arthur Harrow, by the way. He puts his finger in the glass and marks the top with water. He drinks it and smashes it and puts the broken glass in his shoes and puts his bare feet in it. If this sounds insane, it is. He went into with bloody feet, but this is a ritual he believes in. The name of this episode is called The Goldfish Problem. After the Marvel Studios logo, the episode shows the viewer that Marc Spector believed in his name to be Stephen Grant. This is true to the comics, as this is one of the names Moon Knight takes. Stephen is chained to a bed because he is afraid of waking up somewhere he does not want to be. This makes sense that Stephen believes himself to be crazy and not always know where he'll end up. Also know this can happen with bipolars, where they can end up somewhere and wonder how they got there. They can also be naked. In this case, it has not happened to Stephen. Stephen almost misses the bus to get to work. The bus is the classic red double-decker bus you would see in London. Stephen works in a museum where he works in the gift shop. A woman asks him out, but his boss wonders what she sees in him. Stephen leaves late and is eating a sandwich in front of a statue, and he tells the statue that if having to use English wrench would throw a woman off. He gets home late and feeds his goldfish and heads off to bed. Stephen later wakes up and finds himself in the Alps, and he wonders how he got there. He has an object which is called a syrup in his hand, and Kenoshi tells him to run. He later ends up in a village where he watches a priest who calls himself Arthur Harrow, who serves the goddess Amet, perform a ritual. He sees him forgiving a man, but a woman later ends up being killed because the scales did not go in her favor. Kenoshi tells him to run and not to give the man the syrup. Stephen later escapes in a cupcake truck. It ends up being a funny scene where he is driving this vehicle in the mountains on curved roads and it's hard to navigate it. He has a bunch of cars after him. He has someone jump in the car and he must get that person out. He keeps going from one person to another. Stephen goes to Mark back to Stephen and turns the personality. What I mean by going back from one person to another, he's going back from that personality to his other personality. So, since he has a multiple personality disorder, it shows the multiple personalities he has. He would look like he is crazy, but he is not. The comic says if psychologists will classify him with dissociative identity disorder. Stephen ends up at home and he takes the goldfish back to the pet store. The store cook told him that she is tired of people coming in and telling her that they know more about fish. Fish tend to have two fins, he says, so don't keep telling me about fish. I'm tired of people who think because they saw Finding Nemo that you know about fish. Yes, Finding Nemo was mentioned in this show, which, by the way, in The Clerk, that you can watch on Disney+. Stephen later ends up at the museum, and he later encounters the priest he saw in the village in the Alps, which is played by Ethan Hawke, whose name is Arthur Harrow, by the way. On the way to work, he sees Kenoshi, and yes, Kenoshi looks like the bird in the comics. Earlier in the episode, they showed the elevator scene and then he saw Kenoshi coming toward him. I believe that also, remember seeing it in that scene in the Alps where Kenoshi was behind him, because I remembered seeing him standing right behind Stephen, by the way. Arthur Harrow has several followers, and he tells Stephen that he follows the goddess Amet, that is not happy with the unjust getting away. He made this comparison. Would you wait to weed the garden after the weeds kill the garden? No, you get the weeds out. That's what he's saying about wanting to get these people out before they can cause problems. He told Stephen that she would have kept people like Nero or Hitler from doing the things that they did. He told him she would have prevented the Armenian genocide, which is ironic because the guy who's playing Stephen Grant, Marc Spector, was in a movie called The Promise, which you can probably find on Amazon, by the way. And I'll leave a link at the bottom of the video so you can watch that movie, because that's based off of the Armenian genocide. He told Stephen that there is chaos in him. He let Stephen go, and he told his followers not to go after him. Stephen later gets attacked by a bunch of creatures that are Egyptian gods. He heard a dog barking. My brother mentioned that he saw something that looked like a bat. I didn't see it, but he did, so that's why I changed. I was going to originally say dogs, but then I realized if it's a bat, then it's not all dogs, obviously. So they're a bunch of creatures, like bats, dogs, or anything you could think of. He runs in the restroom of the museum, and he must get help. He sees himself in the mirror, but he's talking like Mark. Mark sounds like very much like Poe Dameron in his demeanor, since ironically Isaac played that character, as you know, in Star Wars, which you can also watch on Disney Plus. All the sequel trilogy of Force Awakens, The Rise of Skywalker. Mark tells him, "You must let me take over." He lets him, and he becomes Moon Knight to get him out. The episode ends up with Mark or Steven in the Moon Knight suit, and it looks awesome. My brother points out that it looks like a mummy, and I happen to agree with him. I said that, and knowing that I'm seeing that all this does borrow from Egyptian mythology. Please consider checking out my website, www.matthewreviewer.com, and what inspired me to start a YouTube channel. You can also read the reviews as well as watch the YouTube reviews in the blog post. Thank you. I give this a 10 out of 10 rating. I thought this episode was well done. I thought it was faithful to the comments. I also review a series that is currently on Disney Plus called Parallels. It has 6 episodes and they average no more than 40 minutes. Watch them as I will review this series in the next video. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe to my channel. Please hit the notification bell to be notified of any videos that come on the channel. Please let me know what books, movies, and TV shows I review next in the comment section below. Please share this to your friends, my channel can grow. Thank you and have a wonderful day.